This is HROT. HROT? Hold on.
HROT.
HROT apparently means apex.
Apex.
I don't know if that's just a Google Translate thing or if that's what the game actually is titled in that language. But HROT is a retro-inspired FPS that has been made by a solo dev. Oh, fuck me. Hold on.
Speaking of.
I know it may look like Unity, but according to the dev's Twitter, it's actually made in their own game engine, created using Pascal. Fucking go you. This lends itself really well to actually having the look of a 90s game with the unfiltered textures and the polygon jittering. So what's going on in this Quake lookalike? It's set in 1986 in the Soviet Union neighboring Czechoslovakia. You're someone who has a battle readiness badge and a non-functioning gas mask, a VZ.52 pistol, and away we go. HROT has a startup screen that reminds me a lot of Dusk's startup screen, but the music really reminds me of PSX Doom or Doom 64, so it's already winning points with me. Okay, here we go, episode 1, Kiss Me Gustav. We're gonna go in on hard mode 2, boys, which I'm sure will cause no issues whatsoever. The game has a really oppressing atmosphere right out the gate. You can see these signs that you most likely can't read and wonder, what does that say? Oh, groovy. You get a shotgun in the third room, which is nice. It doesn't have as much as a boom as I would like, but it does seem to do some decent damage up close. I learnt the arch on the grenades trying to open and missing this secret. Not on my watch. The secret had some communist rats and a submachine gun inside. It took me way longer than I cared to admit to find this fucking electrical panel. The music and setting here specifically really reminded me of Half-Life. Half-Life Commie Rats. Game of the Year winner 19 times, 2021 baby. Oh hey look, it's a babushka doll. Oh what's this? A can of blood and fat. Well that's, I'm sure it tastes lovely. Apparently after looking at the dev's Twitter, it's a standard thing used for making soups and stuff, so maybe it is nice, I don't know, I'd give it a go. I rounded this corner and got blindsided by this fucking dog, how dare you? All for the sake of some semi-skim milk and a rusty key. Was it worth it, boy? Was it worth it? Maybe he was hypnotized by whatever the fuck's playing on this radio. Since it's the name of the episode, we gotta give him a little kiss. Mwah. When you turn this valve, you're introduced to what I call the ogre of HROT. I can't find any information on what the enemies are called. Possibly a Kedjavek? Fuck that, it's ogre. It's basically the same as the one from Quake. It shoots grenades at you from afar, and if you get too close, it won't chainsaw you, but it'll clobber you to death instead. I believe we're in Prague, and the train stations here look pretty dangerous. Look at this, they blew each other up. Fuck! Let's take a trip to the ladies to blow up this toilet and find this secret, as you do. The semi-skim milk seems to crunch when you collect it. I don't know what they're putting in the milk down here, but it certainly makes these boys pretty sturdy. The ogres may be fat, but they can still bounce a nice height to surprise you with a grenade to the face. I was a little distracted spinning around this roundabout trying to get to space. There's a pool table in this room that looks like the colours are reversed. I don't know if that's how it was at the time in Czechoslovakia. I can't find any information about 1986 Czech pool table colours. I only managed to pot like 3 balls, including the red cue ball, but I'm pretty sure standing on the table is an illegal move anyway, you fucking communist. I ended the first level early because I got surprised by this ogre and only had pistol bullets left and wanted to see what the switch did. Oh. Luna. The name if I give to my future daughter, her name would be literally Moon. Because it's my last name. Never mind. The enemies jumping around can lead to some tricky spots. Like with this one, I tried to drop a mine behind the big boy, but he tricked me and I wound up blowing myself up after I got cornered by 2 of my own mines. I feel like I got more than a little bit robbed here though. Yeah? And I found out with 100% certainty that your own mines can and will kill you. The game has these security camera screens that reminded me a lot of Duke Nukem 3D, and I think there's actually one in Doom 64 too. If you were curious, yes, the dogs can absolutely enter the vents. This was my first introduction to the shotgunner. One thing that I kept forgetting was that I had grenades. I had 11 here and I didn't even realize, so let's use some up. A little bit messy, but it'll do. I thought this wall was a secret, so I tried to get this ogre to blow it up for me. When that didn't work, I tried to blow it up myself. Oh, it's just a door, obviously. There's these disgusting things that give me Super Mario 64 flashbacks. I thought I had to jump this gap. But no, it turns out you just walk up to this switch. This isn't Duke Nukem 3D. Oh, and as soon as I threw the switch, I got introduced to the gun turret. He apparently pisses on me and I die immediately. I seriously need to remember to quick save. Oh, fuck these dogs! This little fucker was hiding at the top of a ladder with some of these commie rats. I think this guy randomly fell from the sky. Okay, I don't get that reference. In this room, I got careless with grenades coming my way. After that embarrassment, I grabbed a silver key and a rocket launcher, but luckily didn't get splash damage from this fucking Kamek over here when I blasted him back to the Mushroom Kingdom where he belongs. The rocket launcher is called the hand cannon, by the way, but I did get ganked outside just as the music was getting good. This area is your first real arena fight in HROT, with enemies teleporting in. It's good, it feels like a wave in the endless mode that HROT has, and it forces you to think on your feet a little. Good times. Then there's these weird little fuckers. They shoot green gunk at you and I think they go invisible, but I didn't get close enough for a long enough time to confirm that. Seems like they were being made into sausages, which I think is pretty fair actually. I'd be pretty annoyed by that too. You come into this area that has no exits, right? So I was climbing on this thing, trying to reach some of these platforms for secrets. I got an achievement for trying to break one of the swans. And while I was trying to get to this second area, I randomly shot this thing in the middle and oh my god, it's a gorilla with rocket launcher arms. I was pretty pleased with myself and foolishly stood still to try and deliver the final blow. I did beat Monkey Boy down a second time, and even after you beat the Monkey Mancubus, they spawn in a bunch of hit scanners to finish the job. I know they aren't technically hit scanners because they fire actual projectiles, but they are this game's version of hit scanners, so shush. And then they spawn in this little bitch while I'm still trying to reach this annoying secret. Ah, I made it. And the secret had a dual pistol. It has a hell of a reload animation. Very nice.
I said we're downwind of the sewage treatment plant.
I need to play very carefully at the moment because I'm very low on health. I also fuck up another much needed secret because of the bounciness of these grenades. These fucking ogres are getting sneakier. Oh god. The game actually jump scared me. Fair play, HROT. Also, fuck this ladder. I don't know why, but this game really makes me panic. Oh god, look at this health. This is getting ridiculous. You know, I'm not that bad at FPS games. Ah, what the fuck? Is that... Is that a digger? Are you possessed? What the hell is going on in Czechoslovakia? How do you build things with possessed diggers running around? So you throw these 2 switches and what the fuck are these? Floating heads? Fuck you. So these heads, they're basically lost souls, but they shoot you, and when they hit you, the screen goes black, so that's wonderful.
D.
This reveal had the same impact as that dam in Half-Life. Sheer panic. But luckily I have a fair few rockets at this stage. But even after you kill him, there's still an arena match with people spawning in. It was just good times. The ending of this level is pretty annoying. I ended up getting lost for like 10 minutes because I didn't notice that this switch lowered this tiny piece of floor behind this dickhead by this giant cog. This level starts off pretty ogre heavy, and it's reasons like this that I spent most of my time with HROT with a heartbeat sound in my headphones. That combination of my inability to play competently and the fact that this game throws enemies around you at nearly every corner, and when they're not doing that, they're popping out of monster closets or teleporting in behind you. I had a weird experience doing my laundry. Fuck you. This dog had a hell of a time. The ground was shaking like the game was trying to tell me something, and what it was trying to tell me is that there was another tasty mini arena around the corner. Let's go! I had to get a little creative to open this secret wall. Which contained the lightning gun. The lightning gun seems pretty powerful, but take a good look at it because I never have ammo for it again. I scored an own goal and accidentally asked 4 more people to join me in the game. I guess it wouldn't be a HROT video if I didn't show you this. I accidentally got this achievement by kicking a football into an enemy. The next boss is like a fucking pommel horse that shoots rockets. I got this little shit to just below half health and he killed me with a judo kick to the chin. After that he actually got stuck at 0% health and I ran out of ammo. So I was trying to get him to land on one of these landmines. Ah, fuck it. How do people in Czechoslovakia get things done with all this sentient shit running around? So here we are, next level, and I have absolutely no ammo and 29 health.
What could possibly go wrong?
Luckily the next room gave me some bullets to kill this thing. I flushed a random toilet with a huge turd inside and got an achievement for it. Good to see the devs are trying to teach good manners around here. When you have hardly any ammo, it's nice to see that there are enemies that aren't immune to passing trains. I managed to make it across the tracks once with no damage, but on the way back, well, it's nice to see they're teaching those lessons. Oh hey, look, a helicopter, I wonder, yes. So, I found myself in a bit of a predicament here. You see, I've got fuck all ammo and this much health. And outside, there's 2 ogres, 1 shotgunner, 2 turrets, and a helicopter. I have to try and lure the ogres into the train station so I can grab their 2 rockets without getting shot and try and take down the helicopter. Because if I don't take it down, this is waiting for you. So here we go. Now let's see if I can deal with these fuckers without it raining bullets. No. But then I see this. So I try and take out some enemies, but I can't land any shots and I don't have the ammo. I also get this lock confused because I have the rusty key and this is the gold lock, and I died to a shotgunner anyway. I finally managed to get out of there. I got these shotgunners hit by a train. Then I hide in this room to regroup. So we have 44 health, 0 armor, a sickle, 19 pistol bullets, 9 shells, a newly acquired double-barreled shotgun, and 69 machine gun bullets because of course. Let's see if I can get out and figure out where to go. Look at this madman. There goes most of my pistol ammo. And a health. And a shotgun ammo. And I get killed by a fucking cabinet. I also didn't quick save again. So for double barrel shotgun, it seems pretty decent. It packs a punch on these ogres here, but then it can't even kill this Kamek with a shot in the booty. It also seems to have a strange model with this middle bit here. I don't know if that was intentional, like a gun from the actual time. It's alright, it's just a little odd to look at first. HROT can have some pretty creepy atmosphere sometimes, like here. Oh great, we're back here again. I found myself in a situation again where I have no health and no ammo, and I flick this switch and the whole room is lowering and I don't know what's going to happen next. This game is like a survival horror when I play it on hard. I say when I play it on hard because, you know, I'm a fucking scrub. Oh, and to whoever put these 2 turrets at the end of this level, from me to you, fuck you. But we did get this interesting glitch. The next level is the level from the demo, and it took me a few tries to get myself in a position that was worth quick saving. Also, when we glitched from the last level, it gave me 65 health. Why? Why couldn't you do that now? The level is largely unchanged from the demo. Oh, thanks a lot, dickhead. I love this secret. It feels really good to get. But then this sucker got the drop on me and jump scared me again. Oh, well, look who it is. Oh. So not all diggers. No. Okay. There's a quite like quad damage situation here called Calvaria of Gustav, which deals double damage for 30 seconds, and it totally fucked up this horse. But I got careless again and wound up with 14 health. I keep playing this game like I would play something like Doom, where I just go rushing into rooms like a tank and getting my shit pushed in. I found this guy licking a lamppost and got killed while I was taking note of that happening. We get into this church and throw a few switches and oh hey, it's spiders. interestingly, the spiders can actually be turned off, probably for arachnophobes. It was also at this moment that I realized you could move the weapons to a different position, which is a nice touch. Does make the dual pistols look a little off though. HROT has really great creepy moments like this, coming seemingly out of nowhere. I like that it adds a certain something that brings it out of just being another boomer shooter. I did that thing again where I thought the switch would do something, but it just ends the level. This level's intro scared me, made me feel real unsettled, and reminded me of the creepy parts of Dusk, like when you get introduced to the horror. It seems like even when I start getting used to this game, I still have no health. I lost it in this fight from the shotgunners across the way and then drowned in this ridiculous tunnel. It took me way too many attempts to get out of this room and across the water, with a decent amount of health by the way. It also took me far longer than I'm willing to admit to find this fucking electrical switch again to continue the level. There's a switch puzzle in this level to open this door. I don't know where the answer is, I just fluked it first guess. It leads to this room, which is very Doom and not in a bad way. There's a pretty decent booby trap in this corridor, which I nearly handled well, I just didn't move out the way of the grenades for some reason. Fuck these Kamek motherfuckers. So you take this creepy ass elevator down and... look, you have a fair few rockets, so bring it on, you lanky bitch. Oh, you want some too? These commie rats are packing explosives now, apparently. This is the Hussite handgun. I had really high hopes for it because of the way that it looks and it reloads like a mortar, but it doesn't really seem to do much. I don't know, this arena kind of fucked me, so let's give it another shot. So I did it, then killed myself on a landmine like a fucking noob. And this section took me way too long, by the way. Oh, hey, look at that. 100 health. It's only been the entire game since I last saw you. There's that old familiar heartbeat sound again. So then we... Okay, I'm not familiar with all this Czech history, but I think this is Klement Gottwald, who was the leader of the Communist Party of Czechoslovakia. So we shoot these two. Go down here. Okay, refrigerator. I don't know if it was the low health, but this part was genuinely quite tense. Don't go into the tower. Okay, noted. Okay. Now this is a boss room if ever I've seen one. I'll just pop one of these bad boys. Jump down here. No one around. What the fuck is that? He nearly kills me. That's it. End of a level. End of the episode. Beef stroganoff, baby. Then the game actually gives you the recipe for a beef stroganoff, which I thought was quite a nice touch. And that's it. HROT episode 1. I really enjoyed my time with the game. It has a style that hits me like a mix between Half-Life, Quake, and Dusk. I've heard a lot of people saying that it's a lot like another classic shooter called Chasm as well, but that is like one of the few classic shooters that I haven't actually played, much to my shame. The fact that this was made by a solo dev in their own engine is literally amazing. It's definitely one to keep an eye on, and you should definitely check it out if you're into the whole retro shooter revival. This will definitely be your sort of thing. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone. This is a very different style of video to how I usually make them, and going forward I think more if not all of my videos will be this style. Hopefully you're down to stick around for a while I experiment with that a little bit. I have a lot of new visitors here as well from the Yub channel. He gave me a shout out, which was very, very good of him. So a big hello to all of you. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. Hopefully you'll stick around for more. Also a big shout out to the Patreons that have just scrolled by on the bottom of the screen there. You're legends. The link to the Patreon will be in the description as well if you wanted to check it out. And yeah, that's all from me today, so I'll see you in the next one.